And we're back for some more Guilty Gear Strive character themes. This time around, starting off with Potemkin. However, I did get some comments on the previous video that we did, that apparently in some of the later lyric videos that there would be some jank lyrics from the previous channel that we were checking out. So you guys suggested that we check out Captain Booker over here, who has done some more updated lyrics. But I do understand the whole situation with like the lyrics not being released. So they kind of have to just listen to it, and some of the English can be a little bit funky sometimes. But still, this one I have heard because I did do a lot of practice with Potemkin. I really liked his gameplay, not gonna lie. I might be a grappler player. I would have played Potemkin if Eno didn't exist.
You get the waifu bias.
Yeah. That's the main issue, right? Because, like, my appeal towards Potemkin is just the fact that his boobs are bigger than everybody else's in the game. So,
that's fair,
yeah, there is that. I don't know. I gotta practice more busting. I love to bust with Potemkin. Anyways, yeah, enough of me outing myself. Let's do this. Oh, I love how in the intro it's Potemkin busting Chip. Of course, the legendary matchup.
I had it muted in Discord.
Oh no, rip. Okay, well, good thing it stopped then.
Chip that's not how I anticipated it would.
But like, you just feel so immensely powerful listening to this. And the Heavenly Potemkin Buster is like the longest burst in the game, pretty sure.
Yeah. I didn't know what I thought Potemkin song would sound like, but this isn't it, but I like it.
What did you think Potemkin's song would sound like?
Like,
what genre?
I really don't know. I just kind of went into it and went, nope, this isn't what I thought, but I like it.
Oh, also, if you're checking out this video for the first time, Serby and I are not musically inclined. We do know about the lore, but that's basically it. I think Potemkin, well, just judging from his lore, it would have to be something that is just rock solid metal. Because this guy is a walking tank, and all the trials and tribulations that he's had to go through over in the city of Zep, and like how that whole thing was structured, being able to overcome all of that, and also kind of just being that, like, how else would you describe it? He's always been steadfast in his position, and he was also the guy who told Kai back then to not trust in the people that he believed in. Because that was back during the Gear Wars, where Kai was like, the government is good. They're totally looking out for everybody. Then Potemkin was like, bro, no.
No, yeah. Have you actually, like, used your eyes?
Yeah, right? So Potemkin's also not like this meathead archetype. I feel like he is, while of course he's gone through a lot of manual labor, he's not stupid. This guy is, you like to see him on the battlefield on your side.
I think Guilty Gear's done that a few times where they've subverted expectations of a character. Mm-hmm. It's like Potemkin definitely comes off as that like no brain, all brawn kind of character, but then you actually get his character and it's not that at all. So like Gabriel's kind of the opposite. You feel like he's gonna be just all brain, no brawn, and then he comes in and whoops ass.
When we saw Gabriel actually destroy Bedman one-on-one, that was insane. Like, everybody else got bodied, and Bedman didn't even expect it. Jesus. But yeah. Potemkin's a real one. Even in the end screen, he's like, job done. What's the next mission? This guy is straight to the point. I love him for that. Good band.
He has a lot of like lighter instruments than I would have thought, I think. Like this segment.
Hey.
Like, it's cool. I really like it.
You gotta have a little juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Well, it makes sense that these lyrics would be here because of the whole way the city of Zep was structured, and him having to climb up from the very bottom as a slave, essentially. We live in a society.
Yeah. Yeah.
He embraces the wounded soul, sends you flying into the sky, and then cracks your back. That's what he does.
Yeah.
I'm a cloud of fire.
I feel so powerful listening to this. It's like it's impossible for me to lose a match.
I would say this feels like a good workout song, but I feel like most of the Gear to Gear soundtrack would be good workout music.
Well, I don't think Maze would be. And from what I've heard, Dizzy's probably also isn't either.
Yeah, no, maybe you're right there. Yeah. I take it back. I said most, not all.
The classic one is definitely Chip's theme. Chip's theme is basically like the Eye of the Tiger, but for this soundtrack.
Yeah, you could pull out a couple of real good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, ruling equality.
The black and gray system.
Just like Kai was back then.
Yeah, it's very much about like breaking out of the system and kind of finding that right balance.
Do you think that Potemkin's whole Heavenly Buster move here is kind of symbolism of his climb from the very bottom all the way to his current position in the city of Zep?
It could be. Yeah, you could see it that way. I like that.
I mean, maybe it's not that deep, but I would like to think that, you know...
to rise up and then crash down the system.
Crash down the system with a Heavenly Potemkin Buster. He Heavenly Potemkin Busters the entire society of Zep. There you go. Jeez. But yeah, like, I respect these kind of characters in fiction so much. Ones that did not... They were like the underdog. They were always oppressed, and despite all of that, they've risen to the position that they're in with their own strength.
Yeah.
Heck
it's hard not
dude.
to like an underdog story.
Yup. Gabriel playable when?
I do. I like the sound of this one a lot. One of my favorites.
I can fully agree. This track fits him so much, and I love listening to it so much when I'm fighting.
Yeah, I can see it.
In a way, Potemkin's moves, they're a lot slower, but it kind of fits the lyrics of the song too, and just like the beat of it.
Yeah, it's structured very different from most of the other ones we've listened to so far. Okay, I don't know the music words to like say what I'm thinking, but you get what I mean.
Well, it's that sense of stability that this track gives off, and like the very pronounced words and emphasized words.
It's very slow and emphasized, very much so.
Even without the gameplay here, it makes me imagine all of Potemkin's hefty moves, where every single time you press a button, it's like the longest button ever, but if it lands, it hits really, really hard, and it's very emphasized.
Every move hits powerfully.
Yes.
And so I feel like it's just, it could with like the slow but impactful delivery of each word.
Yes, exactly. Don't know what that would actually be like in musical terms, but
I have no idea.
You guys probably understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Gotta have your guitar solo.
Yeah. It's not a rock star.
I want to see Potemkin playing a guitar.
You need a big guitar. Chonky.
Give him a ukulele. That part's just really catchy. Oh, also, this particular one, it's not like a silly cloud, I believe. Of a silly cloud, yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean, yeah, close enough. No matter what. Oh, dude, that's so freaking good, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like, being oppressed and, you know, being born into that life. All of his core values and beliefs were created from that oppression.
Yeah.
And that's why he's armor-clad in faith. So good. I love it.
Yes.
Actually, that was the end of the song, bruh. Oh, no! Oh! Ooh!
Oh, yeah. This one I do know. I love Faust theme.
Wait, you've heard this before?
I have heard this one, yeah.
Oh, dang. I've never played
I've
this
watched a few reactions to this theme. I like this a lot.
Okay. This one must be pretty iconic. What is Faust theme's gonna sound like? What? What?
I love it.
A, B, C, D, E, F, go! Oh, I fucking love it. It's like, so we need a few more syllables. Let's just recite the alphabet.
It fits for Faust, though. It's so good. I love it.
Yeah, Faust has always been that jokey kind of character, right? Who played extremely differently from everybody else in every single game that he's been in. But in this reincarnation of him, he's like so much more horror than he was in previous games.
It's so good.
So I guess this more aggressive tune does make sense.
It's very aggressive and chaotic, but still kind of has that quirkiness to match Faust.
Yeah. Because like, if you don't understand it, maybe it's like super metal, but it is kind of quirky. Like, you wouldn't usually associate these lyrics with this type of music, yeah. Such a strange mix, just like Faust. Consent is important, yes.
Yeah.
What is this?
So good. I love it.
Like, why did we go into like this whisper singing?
Because it's creepy and you love it.
Yeah, it is creepy, but like I didn't expect it after that build up from the beginning.
Juxtaposition.
Yeah, indeed. Back into the scream. Okay. That's a whisper. Okay. True.
Dude, the way he enunciates that word is...
Right?
I don't know. It just tickles the brain just right.
Oh, man. It just... Yeah, it hits, man. Oh. This is similar to the Persona 5 soundtrack, where, like, you know, sometimes the English doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but just the way that she sings it just makes it feel so good to listen to.
Yeah, very much so.
I think this is just the case with singers who are singing in the language that, you know, maybe they're not very accustomed to, and they become a lot more creative with how they deliver their lines, as opposed to, you know, us who would be like, oh yeah, paranoia. No, you gotta say it in the most intriguing way possible.
It's just every syllable can be played with more because they only know it by the syllables.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's also the flexibility of the Nier soundtrack, and that's why it sounds so good, because it's chaos language. Yeah, that's a good point,
because it's not a real language, so you can do whatever you want with it.
I see.
No one can see the colors but you.
Everybody else is colorblind. Shit detected from the other side, yuck! That's what I say when the monkey throws poop over the fence.
Monkeys are good at throwing poop.
But like, what do these lines mean? I guess it's referring to his doctor background.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. It's very much playing off of him being a doctor, I guess.
Is there anything in particular that he'd be referring to as a lung infection?
Maybe the Japanese?
Before Strive happened, I think he had discovered that there was some sort of placebo thing going on with the Japanese. I don't think that's been resolved yet, actually.
I don't think so. Unless that's in the last bonus thing that we haven't watched yet, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I think that one's more about Bedman, ?
I don't know what that part's referring.
I don't know either, no. He's trying to learn English.
The mix-up in this, everything about this song, I love it. It's so good. It's
Destruction,
so funny, so quirky, and I
reduction. Oh yeah.
So good. I really don't have a whole lot lore-wise to add. I just enjoy this song so much.
That the delivery of Tower of Babel made me think of Dracula, like an over-the-top Dracula performance.
Yeah. I hear it.
Oh man, and this back and forth actually reminds me of Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen. Well,
oh yeah, I can see that too.
Kind of like the high and the low and then the weird.
That call and response.
Yeah. Interesting. How do you think of this?
I don't know, but I love it. I feel like that could be finding your own meaning in life, maybe.
Yeah, I could see
I feel
that.
That was part of Faust, the reason he put on the bag and everything to kind of, what do you say,
hide his bald head.
To kind of separate and find his own purpose a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
We all live under the same sky, but the colors that you see, the path that you see is your own. Nobody else can see it. And so you choose your own destiny kind of thing.
That's kind of what I'm getting from it. I don't know.
I could feel the same way about it, yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't have a frame of reference for these particular lyrics, so I have no idea where we're going with it, but yeah, that feels about right. Oh. Bro, the switch up. Jesus.
I know, I love it. I feel like Faust is one of those characters where it's like, because he wasn't super prominent in Strive, I know his history a little weaker than some of the others.
Same here, honestly. I kind of forget the initial reason why he joined Guilty Gear.
I'm trying so hard to remember.
Same here. It's just that, you know, he wasn't like the front and center of the story. We've always kind of been focused on like Kai and Soul and all that.
And the most that they focused on him in the Wooly videos was with the Japanese. So I'm like, yeah, I can't remember much else.
Yeah.
Definitely in the comments though. I want to hear your guys' interpretations of some of that.
For sure, for sure. Man. Okay, they're back into the chorus there. What does he mean by that? He had to run away before the storm hit? What is he running from?
I'm sorry, I wish I could remember more about Faust. Oh.
Yeah, same here. All I remember is the whole Japanese thing.
Like that, yeah, it should be really prominent, but I can't go, I'm blank.
Hot tamales, bro. Once we finish the video, actually, I might scroll down to the comments. Maybe somebody said something.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Paranoia.
I love the like echoed harmony.
Yeah.
I do love this chorus. It's so good.
Okay, damn. Yeah, that was really good.
So many different styles within, like, or I guess motifs that they play with throughout the whole song. They keep mixing it up, but it always comes back to that chorus, and I don't know, I love it.
Yeah. It's a very fitting theme for him once we finished it. I'm like, yeah. Like, while you're playing as him, I can imagine getting into that mindset of doing like the kooky, just throw out the items and then mix up your opponent with a super long stab. But like, there's just something about Faust, man. I guess you couldn't do a character theme about him without this like weirdness. Oh man, I really wish I was more musically inclined so I could describe this strange feeling that I'm feeling.
I know. Like most of the like songs leading up to this one, I feel like I had enough to say about like the lyrics to like feel good commenting on it. But I feel like I don't remember enough about Faust, and I feel like the interest in this one very much is the way it's musically put together, and I just don't have the words for it.
Well, I would assume it's this one plus the Happy Chaos song one, which I feel like would be extremely fun to break down from a musical perspective. I'm
sure most of these are really fun to talk about musically, but I don't have that perspective, unfortunately.
There it is. Love the Subhuman Self, Silver's favorite theme. Please buff Millia. She needs help. it definitely has to be super fast paced. It's Millia we're talking about, right? Badass chick.
Yeah.
Oh, this was a mix-up I was not expecting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Kind of sounds like
whoa.
kind of like sci-fi PS2 game.
I was going to say the way she said deep down, it reminded me immediately of the Ghost in the Shell opening. That's exactly how they sing it. Yeah.
I could hear that too.
I was not expecting this for Millia though. But it is very like I don't know, how would I describe it? It kind of makes me think of like Jinx's theme from League of Legends. Just a crazy chick. Crazy chick with the rockets and stuff. But it's just the way that she's singing it, which is like, it's not like straight saying the words. It's kind of like echoey a little bit, but it's probably more that sci-fi techno vibe.
But yeah, I wasn't picturing the very like old school sci-fi sound for Millia. I like it. It's a good sound. But yeah.
I wonder how it relates to her though. Millia's a tough character to really pin down like what her sound would be. Apart from, you know, just badass chick, because of our whole deal with like, you know, the demon hair plus the relationship with Zato being very complex now because he died and then he came back and now he's different.
Very different.
Yeah. Now she's the leader of this assassin organization. So yeah, there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're very cute. Oh, lullaby? Don't stop.
Evanescence sounding in the
Kinda, yeah. I mean, lullaby suggests like sleeping dream. Like this. She doesn't want this dream to end until she falls in flames. Maybe we need more context.
She's another one that I'm trying to like think of ways to correlate it. I'm struggling.
Yeah, same here. I mean, regardless, I'm loving the song though.
Oh yeah, no, this sounds awesome.
Okay, what does she mean by?
Like a more,
yeah.
It kind of feels a little bit more like a positive spin on like Kai's, where it's like moving on from the past and loving yourself going forward. Kind of putting aside maybe the insecurities, the regrets, and just kind of accepting yourself for what you are and carrying forward.
But yeah, what exactly does she mean by subhuman self? Is it just her inner thoughts, their past self? What does subhuman even mean in this context?
Maybe it's because of the demon hair. That's what makes her subhuman.
Maybe. What is Millia's attitude toward this hair demon that she has?
I mean, know.
She's had it for so long. She uses it in combat. That I don't know the exact details, actually. Like, what their relationship is.
This is unfortunate. We're kind of getting back-to-back characters I just don't know that much about.
Yeah.
I love the way she's enunciating her words.
Right.
Again, it tickles the brain just right. I like it. Like monster vocal in the background.
The demon.
Yeah.
The bee's knees! Yo! For Millia, it's not out of style. And throwing rocks into a lake. Throwing rocks into a lake is pretty cool, ain't it? So bee's knees. But obviously, throwing rocks into a lake, a still lake, disturbing the water surface.
Yeah, she was talking about mirror earlier too.
Mm-hmm.
Like not liking the reflection. It's kind of, it brings back just to that whole like trying to accept you for who you are, but not like, I guess maybe wanting to.
I mean, this next slide, how do we look? It's all about like appearance, the reflection that she sees of herself.
I guess if you have a rippled lake, it's going to be very distorted.
And despite all that,
and the broken mirror previously, yeah.
We must love the subhuman self. Man, I wish I knew what Millia thought of herself.
Seems like maybe she doesn't think super highly of herself.
Yeah. Let down, yikes. That piano, though, it's going crazy.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, this chorus very much feels like trying to move forward, but then all the verses very much are kind of that pullback into like not being very confident and having that like image issue.
It seems to me that, yeah, it's the complex and conflicting feelings of somebody who must move on and yet still has these insecurities within themselves. But regardless of that, you know, she's got a job that she's got to do.
Trying to kind of push that aside, even if it's still bothering her.
However, this line, "The touch of moonlight," feels like, you know, she feels a sense of hope, perhaps towards the future, or maybe with Zato being better, that, you know, things are going in a better direction, potentially. This is the whole time thing and moving on actually reminds me of Axel's song, too. Because Axel had a very similar theme of just, like, accepting his current situation. That, yeah, it happened, but I gotta go. I gotta keep on going. And I gotta look at chicks walking by while I'm drinking coffee. Oh, man. Axel, this is a silly guy. Yeah, was swapping between that hard rock and the techno vibe. It's cool.
Yeah.
Never heard anything quite like this.
Yeah. I can say that for most of these songs, though.
Yeah.
But I also don't listen to a ton of rock, so my, like, knowledge pool is low there on that. Very driving.
She is a force to be reckoned with. She will hit you 1,000,000 times before you die. Whereas Potemkin needs to hit you 3 times. She doesn't want to wake up to face this reality. Time stands still? Axel?
See why this would be Silver's favorite.
Knowing Silver, yes. Oh, maybe this is a song referring to her needing to get buffed in the game. That, you know, despite how bad she is in the game, she's like, dang, I still gotta love my subhuman self that isn't on par with all the other characters yet. Someday I'll get those buffs I need.
I think you nailed it. We got it.
Gosh darn it. To all you Millia mains out there, You're the real ones, man. Keep on believing. Someday Arxis will notice you. The moon is Arxis. Okay. How many have we got?
Right into Zato's.
Oh, Zato's, yeah. Never heard this one.
Me either.
Mainly because Zato is like, I guess the second hardest character in the game if you don't, you're not looking at Asuka. But like, hot diggity dog. Playing these puppet characters in these anime fighting games is not easy. What is Zato's theme though? I mean, his VA is Dio.
I'm sure that'll be relevant here.
Yeah, totally. It's gonna be like a JoJo's opening, for sure. Is he fighting Millia? Bruh.
Yeah. It's a weird guitar sound. Is it I don't even know if it's a guitar. Whatever it is, it's weird and I like it.
Pretty sure it's a guitar, and then they're just,
like warping it.
It's a technique that you can play the guitar, and usually you don't want to do that, but, making your guitar wail at times can be good for rock music. It depends on the track.
My image of rock music is people smashing guitars, so I don't feel like they're particularly kind to them anyways.
Oh, man. I can tell you that most people aren't going to disrespect their instrument like that. It's their livelihood. But, I guess if it's for the bit, then it's for the bit, but...
I feel like with rock, like, guitarists, there's just that imageography, like, of smashing guitars in my head. Whereas piano players are the exact opposite. They're, like, so paranoid about their pianos and, like, maintaining, like, just piano perfection. Like, someone who knows nothing about instruments at all, in my head, those are the two extremes.
Although, to be completely fair, as an Eno player, I do smack you across the head with my guitar, so I can understand why that image is in your head. Yeah. Didn't think about that. Oh. What is this? What? What is this sound? What is this mix? What is this?
I know, it's hard to hear them. It's very like old-timey movie sounding. If you pull back the rock a little bit.
Kind of, but like underneath all this heavy rock music on top of it, like it's just layered on top of it. Sweet
I feel like
memories.
they're going for distorted though, because like they had the really distorted guitar in the opening.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Zato is pretty distorted inside and outside. Like, what even is he now?
I like the still frame that they chose for this lyric video, though.
It's just Eddie being like, ah!
Yeah.
Oh, this is a really weird sound.
I guess Zato's technically like a undead zombie kind of.
Kinda.
Sweetheart.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't remember everything that happened in the past.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that's pretty literal.
It is very literal, yes. There's just not a whole lot left in Zato. He's got to make new things for himself. It's all been lost into darkness after an immense amount of pain. But that's the thing, right? Because Eddie was the one who took over his body when he died. So maybe Eddie retains those memories. And that was like the reason why the lyrics were kind of layered underneath the rock music, because deep down it's still in there. His whole relationship with Eddie has to be expressed in this character theme, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's his whole, like, everything.
Yeah, that's what makes Zato Zato.
There's no good about in there. Vanish into dark. It is hopelessness filled by the light.
It feels like kind of the neutralizing, like, everything that vanishes into the dark. Like, everything in that past, whether it was good, whether it was bad, is all kind of just there, and that's where it is now.
There is still an inner desire to remember what happened in the past, but I think it's better if he doesn't, because then he'd just become another murderer and probably mistreat Millia again.
It's good to leave it back there.
Yeah.
Move on from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually like a decent guy now.
Yeah.
Or at least seemingly. We haven't been too much of them. Just helping out at the end there.
Oh, piece of desire. Man, I love how the delivery of these lines are. It's great.
Yeah.
Well,
it feels like it's kind of like he's trying to hold on to an identity at all.
anything.
It's like, yeah, like his feelings, his memories, like all that is like fading into that void, and he's trying to just maintain something.
He's asking like, what is beyond the end of the world?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for him, it feels like there's a clear ending and there's darkness surrounding him, which, you know, makes a whole lot of sense because he's blindfolded. Oh my god, maybe it's all just literal. He just can't see shit. He can't see the future, he can't see the past, he can't see now because he's blindfolded.
I'm so sorry, Zato. I wasn't trying to make fun of your blindness.
But I mean, his theme also has something to do with dreams as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Millia's. Millia has her own dream that she's struggling to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
As for
like
Zato, he just
Millia
wants
and
something.
Zato, there's that kind of like, the past wasn't what they wanted it to be clearly. But for Millia, she's kind of haunted by it, whereas Zato can't really remember it.
Yeah.
So in a different way, he's still haunted by it, but in like the opposite direction.
It could also be that uncertainty of like, I want to know, but I'm scared to know. Because I don't think anybody has told him. They've kind of just left it as it is, because it would be better
they're kind of
not to
skirting
tell
around
him.
it, like
Yeah. And maybe Zato even knows that. It's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't ask about my past.
It's the future and past. It seems like he feels like he's still trapped in that and can't get out. Like everything is still being kind of absorbed into that nothingness.
The nothingness known as Eddie. You could say that he's a shadow of his former self.
Is he kind of a depressing one?
Yeah. But I mean, for Zato,
yeah.
I guess it had to be this way. He's not armor clad in faith. He's a shadow.
No.
A really badass one, though.
True.
The footprints behind. Don't forget to respect for pain. Drowning pain, I lose my mind. There's no good about in there. Drowning gain, I lose my mind.
It definitely feels kind of like haunted by and scared of everything that surrounds his history.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
The fear of the unknown is the strongest fear that people possess. And with so many unknowns surrounding him, I can't imagine what it would be like to be Zato right now.
Path to liberty, compass the sky. The broken wall will cry for humanity.
The broken wall will cry for humanity. Is he referring to himself as the broken wall?
I feel like maybe, since like what we see of him in Strive is him trying to help.
I guess. I mean, he used to be the leader of their whole operation when Slayer left. So in a way, he was like the foundation that held up the entire group. I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
For all we know, it could be talking about a wall that needs repairing back in his house. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe Eddie broke it.
Yeah, definitely broke it. He missed the input. Accidentally broke his wall. How lovely. Please don't remember it.
I feel like there's a hope that there's something good in his history, and that's the part he wants to draw out.
Oh yeah.
But I am afraid that there isn't much there for him, unfortunately.
Okay.
I wonder if he's talking to Millia.
Millia, yes. This is definitely for Millia. Because I think it was specifically mentioned too that he does feel his deep connection with Millia, despite not understanding it. So he does have those feelings for her still, but not the whole abusive, toxic, murdering nature that he used to have.
I feel like in his like memory confusion and just not being able there, and his connection to Millia now, he has a desire that he wants to kind of pull a history that was good with her, but she won't give that to him because it's not there to give.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I think that's kind of his struggle going forward then.
Mostly this beginning half of this song is so frantic, and it was just so like screaming in pain essentially. Yeah,
it feels very desperate.
And then in the end here, he's like pleading, please give me something to latch onto. Something to make me who I am. But, you know, even if there's nothing that you can give me, well, at the very least, I can carve a path into the future for you. Which honestly explains his attitude in the story really well.
Yeah, it does, actually. Yeah.
Because, you know, he's not good. He's not bad. He's just a shadow of his former self. But he'll act in accordance in order to make sure that, you know, the future of his sweetheart will be a bright one. I'm a shadow always with you. Man, when Zato says that, that means a whole lot more. Poor Zato, man. This guy needs some help. He needs a hug.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you think Eddie gives good hugs?
Yeah, he definitely does. but people usually miss the input for the hug, so he never gets one. It's unfortunate. Ramlethal time. What does Ramlethal sound like? Have you heard it yet?
Not for Strive.
Now she's kind of experiencing a lot more feelings than she used to after eating that hamburger. So maybe it's more curious. I mean, that whole incident with Bedman also happened, which kind of traumatized her, not gonna lie.
What we know of like Ramlethal in her current state is, a lot of curiosity and trying to find her place in the world.
I don't know if that theme would overlap with Jacko, though, because Jacko's kind of in the same situation of just like trying to discover her own feelings.
I feel like a lot of the, like, because Valentine 2, like, or Alpha, all of them are coming from that same position of, like, they had that purpose that they broke away from to kind of find themselves.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's Arya. So let's just listen to this.
True.
Why does this sound like no business intro or something? It's like it's a business presentation.
The start of like a corporate video.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
I hear it.
Welcome to Oscorp. A lot of interesting choices.
Yeah.
Like, that beginning section kind of dipped into Love the Subhuman Self a little bit, and then we switched it up again.
Yeah, it's kind of got a little bit of a weird sci-fi undertone, but not quite as much as Millia's.
They kind of had to have the sci-fi undertone with Ramlethal, considering she has the big laser swords with her. I feel like it needs to be incorporated, yeah. Oh. What the? What is this?
What?
I was not expecting this. Oh, what does this remind me of? Maybe a track from Near Replicant? Very chanty. The Only Future. Did not expect this switch up in language.
I'm so shocked by this sound that I'm like...
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm like stun-locked by like how many layers there are to the soundscape right now. There's so many things going on. It's super busy.
And then on top of that, it's in another language. I'm like, wait, what?
Maybe it's a sign of like turmoil that is occurring within Ramlethal. That she is like discovering the history of the world. And she feels as if she maybe doesn't have a purpose, and she's trying to find that, and find like her place within reality. I don't know. It's tough. But yeah, the music is stun locking me.
Like I again didn't know what direction it was gonna go, but this certainly wasn't what I pictured.
I could never have guessed this. No.
No, never. But again, I like it.
Sounds very unique, just like every other track. Emotions.
I'm wondering if this seems more like observations than her own feelings.
Potentially. Trying to understand these things going on around her.
So it feels like, yeah, watching humanity and their actions.
Yeah. I mean, this could still be a bit of the influence from the universal will of her job and observing. I think that's probably an accurate interpretation. A lot of this can be attributed to, like, just human nature.
And a lot of these feelings aren't consistent. It's just kind of, like, objective, like, all these different feelings and things, and then like the self-destructive tendencies and
burning up time.
But it's like from the outside looking in, it feels like a bunch of pointless actions because technically they are, right? Where you're kind of just self-destructing, you're doing these things for no real reason. It's that kind of like there's no logic behind these and you can't quite find out why they're doing it from the outside.
Yeah. You don't feel the exact same things that they do yet, so you don't understand why they're doing it. It's just a waste of time. Going out for hamburgers isn't a waste of time,
Yeah. Loving foolish world.
Is down there as an observer of the world. Everybody's an idiot. But we're all lovable idiots. Nah.
It kind of like this line here in particular feels like that kind of desire to be a part of it. Like it's there and I see it, and like there's the loving, it's and foolish, and like just kind of wanting to be a part of that.
Wanting to be a part of it but not understanding it. Despite all of this, the world still goes on. The earth still rotates. Depends on perspective, yeah.
Yeah. We just went straight back to English. I realized we haven't done the
yeah, we haven't gone back to whatever language that was. Yeah,
yeah, but maybe that's like the more she's starting to understand, the more she's able to kind of at least categorize and put into boxes. I don't know.
I think this whole scene happened when Bedman ended Doggo.
Yeah,
and then she understood that like things aren't
I think that's
replaceable.
Maybe what heart to heart or whatever that one was.
Yeah, exactly.
That, like, while they're equivalent, they're different.
Exactly. A necessary discrepancy.
These lines are kind of throwing me for a loop now. I don't know.
Honestly, same. But we did have the black and white lines from before.
Yeah.
This time around, though, it was just like a sheet of paper, as in potentially like a person's life and their actions. Like, if it's a white page, then it's a blank page, meaning that you haven't done anything. But if it's a completely black page, it's also the same thing. So, like, separating the two is impossible. They're just the same. Once again, going back to that like perspective thing, and I guess Ramlethal's outsider perspective on life, human life.
Because I think she's at a state where she's like understanding the importance of individual identity.
Yeah,
like, everyone is different and unique and has like value in that, but still doesn't understand human action, and so like why they do the things they do, and like that leading into like the taking of each other's life that she's just learned the value of. Maybe
I feel like the general outline of what we're describing is correct. Probably not the minor details of it though.
yeah I don't know. this
one's kind of tough because Ramlethal's perspective on things is also very different from ours about other people.
True.
So yeah. Just trying to understand her can maybe be a bit difficult. Yeah, it's a little bit of that love the subhuman self.
I feel like her music also is a bit chaotic and jumbled.
A bit chaotic and jumbled, just like this loving, foolish world is. Perhaps it's because she's beginning to understand it, and that's why her feelings about it are also a little bit chaotic and jumbled. Because she's also questioning, right? Like, bro, you're just burning up your time. Why? Why are you doing all this weird stuff?
Mm-hmm. Do you think that could be in reference to Soul specifically?
I mean, Soul has been a pretty big part in her character development. Maybe not as much as Sin.
As Sin? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think of like burning, and I feel like a lot of Soul's actions to her have been like, you know, kicking down the wall and like a lot of destruction. And at the same time, Soul in Strive is very much kind of finding his purpose again too. So like I feel there's a little bit of parallels in there and sort of the things she's describing. But maybe not. Maybe I'm stretching.
I mean, I can see what you're talking about, and I feel like it would make sense for her because Soul has been like the weirdest person ever in her life.
That's true. I'm saying maybe Soul and Bedman are the two that have kind of shook her world in different ways.
Bedman maybe more negatively, whereas Soul a bit more positively.
Definitely more negatively, but I think the most impactful still.
Yeah. I mean, it was because of that she realized, the importance or the difference between things, and that there is a heart and soul to living beings rather than just, you know, it being a physical thing.
I just want to hear someone's
Rip.
little voice. These are words of life. Black and white, 2-1. This is a rage, it's frequency. The loving, foolish world is
Yeah, and here she's recognized that, this is just how things are, and it's because of it that it makes the world go round. All of this necessary discrepancy and these contradicting things. This hypocritical nature of mankind as well.
If I move without a sky, it's what we are lies inside.
What does this line mean, though?
That's the one that's really throwing me. I can't quite figure that out.
A room without a sky is what we idolize. Then it's a dead tomorrow.
Maybe a room without a sky, could that mean like boxed in or isolated? I don't know.
Like if we isolate ourselves from each other, then we won't have a bright future.
Yeah, that's my best kind of guess. I don't know.
We don't work together, then we won't be.
It's kind of the opposite of Faust. Of like we're all under the same sky, which is kind of that unifying action. Whereas this, like if you remove the sky and kind of put yourself in a corner by yourself, then there is no future. I don't know. Maybe.
Who knows? The comments will know. Let us know. The room without a sky. That she's finally reaching out to other people now because she realizes the importance of it. Touching grass will kill me.
That's kind of putting herself out there and becoming a part of this world.
The loving, foolish world, yeah. Despite being an outside observer and seeing all these self-contradicting things, she's finally willing to open the door to leave her room and experience all of it. That's nice. That makes a lot of sense for her. That is basically her entire character arc here in Strive and, well, Excerpt too. But man, with this particular video, there are a lot of songs that threw us for a loop, man.
Definitely.
I wonder if this is going to be a common trend.
I mean, I feel like Strive is real good at mixing things up and doing what you won't expect.
Which one was your favorite from this particular set?
I mean, probably Faust.
Faust. Faust's theme is
I
pretty
think Zato
strange.
might be my second favorite, though. I really liked his.
Listening to Zato just makes me feel for the guy so much, man. He's trying his best, and he knows that it's scary. But regardless of that, yeah, Millia, I'll fight for you. I don't know. I'm still with Potemkin. He's my guy.
Yeah, Potemkin's is really good too. Like all of them were really good. I liked them all.
Very. But yeah, that's gonna be it from us, my dudes. Once again, if we missed anything, let us know. We read all the comments. We do want to understand all of the lyrics, but we're not exactly the smartest people out there about music. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later, dudes.
Bye-bye.